Hey, welcome back to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, and trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so you can easily choose the best watch for yourself in the comfort of your own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online. If you'd like to know the price, simply click on the links in the description below. We greatly appreciate if you'd purchase your next watch from us at JazzTime.com. Today we'll be taking a look at the Rolex Explorer 36. This one, or rather, the Rolex Explorer 1 in a 36mm case size. This one a new model from 2021. The reference number for this one, 124273, the only one of this reference number, and that's to indicate that it is made of oyster steel and yellow gold, giving you that yellow gold Rolls Royce look. I'll be going over all the aspects of this watch, the case, the bezel, the dial, the crown functions, as well as the movement, and the bracelet here. And I'll be giving my thoughts on these throughout this video. So starting off with the case, we have 36mm. From finger to thumb, it's the 2 to 8 o'clock positions, same as the 10 to 4 o'clock positions, same distance, same diameter, same 36mm. You have the monoblock middle case with the screw down case back and the Rolex winding crown with the twin lock double waterproofness system, all to ensure water resistance down to 100 meters or 330 feet below sea level. Also, a full high polish along the sides of this case with satin brush finishing on the front of the case, as evident on the lugs, tapering down very nicely to the integrated bracelet. All in oyster steel, meaning that it is the highest grades of steel with some other minerals, proprietary blend of course from Rolex, to give you the highest grade possible in terms of strength, while also maintaining a superior and very, very beautiful luster on that the high polish portions. The satin brush finishing, very highly reflective, although diffuse in its reflective in lighting. Sitting on the very front of this case, we have a yellow gold, equally high polish bezel here. I wouldn't go so far to say that it's necessarily domed, but it's not the fluted variety as you would find on a Datejust 36, but the sort of smooth bezel here gives it to sort of lends it to more of that practical application of the Rolex Explorer. It does give it that sort of glowing look, less sort of calling for attention and just more being itself, if that makes any sense. And I'll be going over that a little bit more a little bit later, but taking a look here at the dial, you have a black dial, nothing too new here. It's not quite a matte finish, as you can see. It does reflect, but it doesn't have any of the guilloche patterning. It keeps it nice and simple, and again, that's all due to the practical application of the Rolex Explorer. You have index hour marks, only 8 in total because you have 3, 6, and 9 as Arabic numerals all loomed themselves. If you take the lights out of the equation, you can see that it has a very bright chromolite feature. The hour hand being probably the most prominent, along with the 12 o'clock triangle there, and the seconds hand constantly moving with its own luminescence there. Makes it very easy to read in any low light situation. You have the Mercedes hand sort of elevating this above the Oyster Perpetual, as well as the larger, more legible 3, 6, and 9 hour mark indicators there. All right, and while I'm on the topic of an Oyster Perpetual, this basically sort of became an offshoot of the Oyster Perpetual line, because Rolex was outfitting explorers and mountain climbers, mountaineers and such with very, very tough watches, because they wanted to test their watches and really put them under really strong conditions to, basically flex on other watchmaker models. And so that's what they did. And they basically boasted that the Explorer would be the watch for people who go of the same name. Anyone who explores, anyone who climbs mountains, basically subjects themselves to very harsh elements. You want to be able to read the dial very clearly, and so that's what the dial gives you here. The easy to read 3, 6, and 9. Not quite an Air King where you have every single minute marked up, but just the essentials here while maintaining a very easy legibility. And here with the two-tone look, it sort of gives it that more elevated sense of luxury and just overall visual presence. All right, so going on to the functionality here, just simply unwind the crown at the 3 o'clock position. This allows you to wind the watch at the base position. So about 20 to 30 full winds will get you to the full power reserve if you are at a dead stop. And once you start feeling the damping and the resistance starting to ramp up, when you reach a certain point, that basically is saying that you've reached the full power reserve, so no need to wind it any further. pull the crown out to the only other position, and you'll note that the seconds hand does in fact stop, giving you that functionality of the hacking feature so that you can basically set the hour hand by way of the minute hand, of course, and place the minute hand precisely wherever it needs to go based on the positioning of that seconds hand, right? Be sure to press the crown in to get the seconds hand started and screw it back tightly against the case to ensure the superior water resistance and weather sealing of this watch. So what makes it work on the inside? To no one's real surprise, if you're a fan of the Oyster Perpetual line, it's basically the it's not basically, it is the 3230 caliber from Rolex. So it's the same movement as you would find in Oyster Perpetual 36. So you have the plus or minus 2 second per day time differential after casing with the center hour, minute, and seconds hands, and the stop seconds for precise time setting. No need for a date here because you're basically referring to the time. You're going to be outside the whole time anyway. You have the paramagnetic blue parachrome hairspring and the high-performance Paraflex shock absorbers for the oscillator, meaning that basically you can get relatively close to magnets, circuitry, any sort of electromagnetic interference will not affect the watch. And also, the Paraflex shock absorbers allow you to take a few bumps here and there. No need to worry about the timekeeping ability of the watch because it's nice and shock absorbent. The winding here occurs through a bidirectional self-winding perpetual rotor, center mounted on the inside, of course, but simply what that means is that once you've wound your watch sufficiently using the winding crown, just simply put it on your wrist, and the natural movements of your wrist will allow that perpetual rotor to turn, which then winds the mainspring barrel and charges the power reserve. For this watch, approximately 70 hours, same as the Oyster Perpetuals of new. So basically, you can set this down Friday evening, pick it back up early Monday morning, no need to wind the watch. While I'm zoomed out here, you can also see that we do have the Oyster Bracelet. This is basically the only bracelet that the Explorer can come on, with the two-tone look here as well, matching that of the look here. Also, there's a tiny bit of 18 karat yellow gold for the hands as well as the hour indicators. So I forgot to mention that, but that's basically one of the telltale signs here. Well, if the bezel and the winding crown were not enough of an indicator, you still have it on the bracelet. The center links being the high polish yellow gold, the outer links being the oyster steel in satin brush finishing with a high polish along their sides, satin brush finishing underneath. All right, you have a gentle taper down to the Oyster folding clasp, but not just an Oyster folding clasp, the Oyster safety clasp. Simply lift from the bottom of the crown to open the safety, and then lift from the top to unhook it. You have the full Rolex logo on the inside and a full steel composition for the clasp here, so nice and durable. All right, and the added bonus of the folding clasp here is that you do have the easy length 5mm extension. So say you happen to be outside, you're actually using this watch for its intended purpose, you're out exploring, you pounded like 3 liters of water and you're ready to hike that trail all the way up to Mount Everest. Well, your wrist is probably going to swell part way up, well, not only due to the environmental conditions, but also your own hydration levels. So simply just reach underneath here, pull it straight out, and there you go, an easy 5mm extra extension there, or basically another half oyster link. So that basically allows you to continue to wear your watch without having to worry about, you know, cutting off your circulation to your arm. You can continue to wear your watch nice and easily. And when you no longer need it, just simply fold it back in on itself, press it back into the case, or the clasp rather, and you're good to go. While I'm here, I can also try it on and give you my thoughts as to how it wears on my wrist, 7 inches in circumference. All right, and to no one's surprise, at least if you're a common viewer of this channel, you'll know that I basically say the same thing every video, and especially for the Rolex 36mm models, it's the perfect size for me, at least for a 7-inch wrist. 7.5 inches may look a little bit small, but you can still wear this. Down to maybe 5.5 or even 5-inch wrist sizes can still wear the 36mm model. It's basically the higher end of the mid-size case size, meaning that, you know, basically anyone can wear this. And, you know, Rolex bringing down their Explorer from the 39 to 36mm model makes it fit very nicely on more people's wrists. But enough of that. Taking a look down the edge of the wrist here, tiny bit of space underneath the lugs, not a huge issue. There's no overhang, so it works just fine for me. If your wrist is smaller than mine, you may risk you know, a little bit of overhang. Maybe if you're down to like 6 or 6.5, or maybe even 5.5 inches, you'll start reaching that territory, so keep that in mind. You also have the Oyster Bracelet, nice and sporty in its look and functionality, nice and strong with the flat 3-piece link assembly here. Fewer links means stronger assembly, and you certainly get that. With Rolex's basically zero tolerance among their links, means that you'll never actually have any pinched skin, no hairs unceremoniously removed from your wrist. It'll feel nice and comfortable all the time, and it also vents the wrist quite nicely, so you can wear this all day without it, you know, becoming a sweatband around your wrist. Well, maybe if you're hiking, that may actually be a welcome thing. But looking straight down, face on at this watch, very, very easy to read. It's easier to read than an Oyster Perpetual, and that's the basic premise, the principle behind the Rolex Explorer here. Because it's basically a step up from the Oyster Perpetual in that it's made to be not only better in its weather sealing, it's basically the same. In modern times, honestly, any watch, you're going to get the best weather sealing for your purposes. And here is no different. You have the 3, 6, and 9 being very easy to read with the Arabic numerals, so you can very easily read that as opposed to, you know, the double hash marks or the double index marks for the Oyster Perpetuals. You have an actual indication of, you know, discrete numerical value here for the 3, 6, and 9. The 12, obviously, sort of taking it from the sort of like the maxi dials of the Submariners and you know, the Explorer 2 model. It's just sort of keeping that within the overall branding of the Rolex line here. And very easy to read because you have the highest contrast here as well with the black dial. That's the only dial that you can get with the Explorer 1, at least this model, 124273, and with the sapphire crystal on there. Keeps it very, very easy to read because it's scratch resistant. All right, so that's all I have to say about this watch. What do you guys think? Let us know down in the comments below. Would you wear this to your next expedition, or would you just keep this as a nice office you know, meeting model? Because, you know, you do have the two-tone look here. This one is also available entirely in steel. We do have a video for that on our channel as well, but also consider that this one's basically the highest level that the Oyster Perpetual can go before going into the Datejust and, you know, other sportier model lines, the Sky Dweller, Submariner, Sea Dweller, etc. So before you get into those models, this is probably the highest that you can go if you want just the time and just the readability, but also keeping it nice and elevated with a very nice overall look here. The two-tone look, nothing to scoff at, obviously. So leave us some ideas down in the comments below. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it or learned something, and be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you can be notified when we go live with another video like this one. As always, if you'd like to purchase this watch or any other watch, new, used, discontinued, we can still get them for you. Even when this one sells and we don't have another one sitting on our desk, we'll find one for you, no problem. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you in the next video.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to Model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.